welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we'll be doing an updated vault track bracket or battle of the vault tracks. Now that we have a new Taylor Swift album coming out, I thought it was time that we update it with 1989 vault tracks. But before we hop in the video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you love all things music, particularly Taylor Swift. And just like last time, I have all of the vault tracks that Taylor Swift has released for her albums up until now, and I am coming off of Taylor Swift playing You're Losing Me for the first time last night, and let's just say I've been sneaking out all those videos. If you saw the last time, you'll know that All Too Well 10 won. It probably will win again, but let's go through and see how my thoughts have changed since we've gotten the new 5 vault tracks from 1989. These are really put in here in no particular order. I entered in the order that they were released. However, how that ended up on the bracket is just up to the system itself. So let's start with the first battle pairing. Our first battle pairing is I Bet You Think About Me and Message in a Bottle, both from Red TV. Now, we are a Tennessee girly. We remember the country days of Taylor Swift, and Red was such a favorite album for so long, and it still is. However, the country just doesn't appeal as much to me as it once does, and I am a pop girly now. So Message in a Bottle is my winner. Then we have, I Can See You from Speak Now TV and Slut from 1989 TV. Slut was a grower. She was a grower. Upon first listen, she was maybe more towards the bottom or middle of the ranking for 1989, but she's grown. Like, over time, the repeat value is much higher than I expected. However, I Can See You is sexy, it's fun, it just is a grand old time, and the beat gets me every time. You know, I'm going to choose a more upbeat song over a more mellow, ethereal song anytime. So, I Can See You takes the win on this one for me. Woo! Another 1989 versus Speak Now mashup. We have Say Don't Go versus When Emma Falls in Love. I think everyone knows my opinions. Say Don't Go. Love it. It went back and forth on me because when I first heard 1989 TV, I'm like, I love it. But then all the other vault tracks came in, I'm like, I don't know if I love it as much. But then it's been on repeat over and over again. And then When Emma Falls in Love has just kind of been okay for me. She's mid-tier. So, based on that reason, Say Don't Go will be taking this one. So, 1989 for the win here. Then we have Fearless versus 1989. Fearless TV vault tracks. I'm so sorry, babies. I love Fearless, the era. It was just so much, so many memories associated with those first 2 albums. However, I feel like they're at a disadvantage because there's so many other vault tracks that I love on different albums, and this is no exception because it's going up against Is It Over Now from 1989 TV, and I think as a fan we all collectively took this song and ran with it when it came to the replaying and the hyping it up, and I'm no exception to that rule. Is It Over Now is going to beat Don't You. And then All Too Well 10 versus Timeless, Speak Now TV. Now, I don't love Timeless as much as everyone else. It definitely is more of a mid-tier song for me. However, it really didn't matter in this situation because All Too Well 10 was going to kick its butt either way because All Too Well 10. All Too Well was my favorite Taylor Swift song for so long, and then she gave me 10 minutes of it. And while I don't necessarily play it as much as I probably should because it's 10 minutes long, and sometimes you don't want to sit down for 10 minutes and black out the world, but every time it comes on, she is a no-skip, always turn up the volume song, and All Too Well 10 will win in this case. Then we have 2 Red songs back to back, Better Man versus The Very First Night. This is another case of I am still a pop girly. So we know The Very First Night is going to win. I didn't have the attachment to Better Man that everyone else had because I never really listened to the original version that came out by, I can't remember the other artist. So that never really carried over for me. But every now and again, I listen to this song and to Better Man, and I cry. However, I have a tendency to want to listen to Very First Night way more often. So, that is going to take the win in this case. Next up, we have 2 more Red songs, Run versus Nothing New. Now, I don't think I'm in the minority when I say Run is just not that girl for me. It's fun. It's another Ed Sheeran collab. She's sweet. She's cute. However, nothing new. Is a little soul shattering sometimes. And I did quote nothing new for my 22nd birthday. How can someone know everything at 18 and nothing at 22? Oh, these are both her Vault track collabs, read. Didn't see that coming. Don't know how that worked out. But yeah, nothing new is going to win in my bracket anyways. Then we have Foolish One versus all of the girls you loved before. Now, I will admit, when I first heard Foolish One, she was not my fave. Not saying I disliked her, but she was mid-tier. But she's grown on me. She's definitely climbed up the Speak Now rankings. But all of the girls you loved before, I don't know if I'm just a lover girly, because I don't think Lover ever ranks too high on my album ranking. I think it usually falls somewhere in the middle. But this song, there's just, the memories associated with the Eras tour for this one. Although, granted, you'd think Speak Now, considering I was there for the announcement, would have more memories for me. But all of the girls you loved before, hence the title. I love it. I just love it. And I'm going to pick that. I don't know if there's much more justification than that. Then we have Suburban Legends versus Bye Bye Baby. Two underrated Vault tracks on their respective albums. I'm not going to lie. I think you saw this when I ranked it. I have like a hair stuck somewhere on my face and I can't get it. When you first rank these Vault tracks, I think you will see that Suburban Legends was probably my lowest ranked Vault track. However, I don't know that that's going to stick. I don't know. I've been playing it so much recently. It's a much more fun time. This was a grower of a song. And Bye Bye Baby also was a grower of a Vault track. Because I also feel like this one is on the lower portion of some people's Vault track rankings. I think between the two, I'm going to choose Suburban Legends just because I'm currently replaying it the most. But Bye Bye Baby, she holds her ground. Oh, this battle. Electric Touch from Speak Now versus Now That We Don't Talk from 1989 TV. How I had so many Speak Now versus 1989 battles, I don't know. But, oh god, I love both of these songs. But I think I love Electric Touch like light years more than Now That We Don't Talk because I love a pop rock moment, and Fall Out Boy's feature on this was absolutely amazing, and the fact that I was not there when this was first played live. Granted, I was there when she announced Speak Now TV, but still. Electric Touch, Are You at the Wall? I'm choosing that. You're Losing Me versus Castles Crumbling. One of some of her saddest Vault tracks to ever be put out. Castles Crumbling is a song that I don't think gets as much love as it should. I think just the way that the Speak Now Vault worked out, there was a lot of variety in what we could choose in terms of songs and sort of sonics and sounds that we could like. So I feel like that kind of influenced how people reacted. And I love Castles Crumbling. It definitely ranks a little higher than I feel like most people would rank it for me. But You're Losing Me is soul-shattering, gut-wrenching, climbed into an immediate top 10 position on my ranking of Taylor Swift songs. So she will win. So then we have Babe versus Forever Winter, another Red TV mashup. I think I have similar feelings about both sounds. I don't know how everyone feels. I kind of like the original version of Babe with Sugarland, but we support Taylor's versions here. So I'm going to choose Forever Winter just for the fact that it kind of edges out playtime for me compared to Babe. And we're moving on to round 2. In round 2, we have You All Over Me entering the bracket, going up against Message in a Bottle. Listen, Maren Morris, I love you. However, You All Over Me is another slower, sadder number, and those are just not my jam. And so Message in a Bottle will be taking this round. Then we have another Speak Now versus 1989. I Can See You versus Say Don't Go. I know what's going to win, and I will say Say Don't Go has grown much more on me. But I Can See You is just absolutely amazing, superior, one of the best Vault tracks in my opinion. So we're going to go with I Can See You. Then, To Lose Her So Early. Is It Over Now versus All to Walton. Is It Over Now? She had potential to go all the way, but she's going against All Too Well 10. And like I said, there's probably nothing that could go out of its way to beat All Too Well 10. So All Too Well 10 is going to take this one. I'm sorry to see you go this early. Is It Over Now? Then we have The Very First Night versus That's When. We have another Fearless Vault track entering the arena. So, like I said, Fearless is at a disadvantage here. That's When was just never my favorite vault track. It always ranked pretty low, so it's at a disadvantage either way. So The Very First Night is going to take this round. And then we have We Were Happy versus Nothing New. Again, We Were Happy, slow, sad, just kind of similar tone throughout. So Nothing New is going to take this one. And, this is just based off of personal preference. Although I don't know if We Were Happy is anyone's, stan song. So if it is, let me know in the comments down below. Then we have All of the Girls You Loved Before versus Suburban Legends. And I did previously state that Suburban Legends has grown a lot on me. And I've been playing it a lot. It's a fun time. However, All of the Girls just is that girl. And she will be winning this. A lot of this comes down to personal preference, so, to each their own. Then we have, how dare they? How dare this bracket make me decide this early on between these two? Electric Touch versus You're Losing Me. Okay, I would say in terms of replayability, Electric Touch. However, in terms of, emotional connection and the amount of times I've cried to a song, You're Losing Me. So I'm at a crossroads. I have a conundrum. I think I'm gonna choose You're Losing Me because that's the vibe we're on right now. I'm sorry to see Electric Touch go this early on. Then we have Forever Winter versus Mr. Perfectly Fine. So of all the Fearless Vault tracks that stands a chance, I think it has to be Mr. Perfectly Fine. But Forever Winter, she's also a great song. But Mr. Perfectly Fine. I mean, we all remember when we first heard that during the first rollout of the re-recordings. So, Mr. Perfectly Fine for the win. And we're moving into round 3. The first round 3 matchup or battle is between Message in a Bottle and I Can See You. Ooh. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Now, Message in a Bottle is a fairly high-ranked song on Red TV and the Vault itself for me. But, listen, if this was I Can See You versus Electric Touch would have won. But this is I Can See You versus Message in a Bottle. So I Can See You is going to take the win. All Too Well 10 in The Very First Night. These two are my top 2 vaults for Red TV, without a doubt. I'm just going to say eventually All Too Well 10 is going to have to knock out all its competitors, and in this case it will. So, that's that on that. Then we have Nothing New versus All of the Girls. I'm always surprised at how far Nothing New makes it in these, not because it's a bad song, but just because I don't think I listen to it as much. But apparently, compared to its mashups or its battles, it makes it far. But in this case, it is finally going down for the count because it's going up against All of the Girls. And I love this song. So, All of the Girls are taking it. Then, finally, we have You're Losing Me versus Mr. Perfectly Fine. Anyone? Any guesses? Any guesses? It's You're Losing Me. The one Fearless Vault track to kind of make it towards that finale season. And yeah, and it was taken out by Midnight's bangers. All right, semifinals. I Can See You versus All Too Well 10. She made a valiant effort. I Can See You. She made it farther than maybe I thought she would because, it just is all about where they fall in the battles. But All Too Well 10, come on, All Too Well 10 will be taking this one. Then our other finals, which I think was the same finale last time. All of the Girls You Loved Before versus You're Losing Me. This is the instance where You're Losing Me will finally take out all of the girls. So, we are met with the same problem we had last time of All Too Well 10 versus You're Losing Me. When You're Losing Me came out, I had to sit down and ponder, has You're Losing Me taken the status of All Too Well 10? And to this day, I have stated that All Too Well 10 is still edged out You're Losing Me in terms of my ranking, because also up there is Would've, Could've, Should've, and that's another question for another day. So in this case, like it did last time when it went up against You're Losing Me in the finale, All Too Well 10 is taking top spots. And dun dun dun, All Too Well 10 is our winner. Let me know how your bracket would have played out. Would All Too Well 10 also win yours, or is there another vault track that would have definitely made it to your top? I know I'm not in the minority in my love for All Too Well 10, but not everyone wants to sit down and listen to a 10-minute vault track. And let me know what y'all want me to react to next, or maybe what y'all want me to rank next.